Hello everyone, welcome to TPF Education. Yeah, I've really missed you guys. It's been long ever since I did a video, but now I'm back. And so why you should read Icon. There's this masterpiece right here that I have. Yeah, you see it? So this is a book written by Jeffrey S. Young and William L. Simon. So it's a biography of Steve Jobs, right? Yeah, and do you see the thing that interests me the most? You see the way they've written icon right here. Yeah, like the small letter I and the capital C and the other letters. Yeah. Do you know why they've done that? If you don't know, you're supposed to know, and you're gonna find out. So, anyways, I was reading this masterpiece right here, and I thought, why not share with you and tell you why you should read it, and the reason as to why I've also found it interesting. And yeah, so it's obviously icon. This title, you can see it's icon Steve Jobs, the greatest second act in the history of business, by these two authors. Yeah, and so why should you read this book? Let me share with you my thoughts of the reason as to why rather I think you should get your hands on this masterpiece. So firstly, it's because it's written about an icon, like the title itself. So the book is about this icon right here, Steve Jobs. He was one of the most influential people in the technology industry in the late 80s and 90s. I mean, yeah, let's say in the 20th century. He was up there among one of the most influential figures in the technology space, and also like they disrupted the way people thought before, you know. Yeah. And so anyways, this book is a biography, as I told you before, about of Steve Jobs. And why should you read it? The first reason, I told you first, is because it's about Steve Jobs. I mean, who doesn't want to know more about Steve Jobs? Yeah, I mean, he's one of the greatest figures that we've ever seen on the face of earth, right? Yeah, it's my opinion, but it's also an opinion of many, many people. So it focuses on Steve Jobs. He was the co-founder of Apple, and I mean, lots of people like Apple. If you don't, it's okay, but it's a good company, you know. Yeah, when you have an Apple product, let's say an iPhone, the MacBook, you feel good. I mean, it's prestigious to have that, if I may use that word. Yeah. So it focuses on Steve Jobs, he's the co-founder of Apple, and it also provides a detailed look at his life, his career, and his impact on the technology industry. It covers his achievements as well as controversies surrounding his leadership style and business practices. Yeah. So I mean, we're gonna have a little discussion on the leadership style and the way he used to handle his employees. You might say it's not that good, but again, he was getting the job done or the work done. So, I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Yeah. So it also delves into Steve Jobs' role in the development of iconic products, such as obviously the Macintosh, the iPod, the iPhone. Although this book was published in 2005, so was the iPhone developed then? So the reason as to why I'm not so sure is I've not yet finished reading it. I was so eager to share it with you. I'm at page 255, right? Yeah, so when I finish it, I'll be realizing, I'll be able to tell if iPhone was already out at that time. And don't ask me why I did not do research before I came. I mean, I know when iPhone came out, but we have to have we have to have a conversation, make the conversation a little bit interesting by, well, no, let me not go deeper into that. So anyways, so he developed the one of the most iconic products like the Macintosh, as I told you, the iPod, an iPad, goes without saying. So the book is divided into several sections. Jobs' early years, his role in founding Apple, and his departure from the company. So the other thing is, yeah, do you know how painful it is, yeah, to start a company, right? Like, for instance, Steve Jobs started his company, rather, he co-founded the company with Steve Wozniak. So do you know how painful it is? Would you just imagine how painful that might be? You've started a company, and then after it has grown to be like one of the most successful and biggest companies in the world, like Apple was then, and it is now. Fair to say, it's fair to mention that, right? Yeah. So you get kicked out by the people that you have brought in, because obviously if you started the company, it means that you and your co-founder, you are the two people that were only owning the company or are in the company, right? So now you've brought people in, but people come with money, yeah, and invest in your company, and now the decisions are being made like by the board and all that. So he was kicked out in his own company, from his own company rather. So that happens, and that must be so painful. But do you know what? He never gave up. Steve Jobs never gave up. He went ahead and started new companies. He started Next, and also he started the other company, which is sorry, this company that collaborated with the Disney. How can I forget the name? No, that is not good. I cannot forget the name. I'm not supposed to. It's criminal for me to forget the name. Yeah, I should be doing better, you know. Yeah. So he started the company, the other company Next, which primarily focused on software. Yeah. And also this company that started producing animation, computer generated animated movies. Yeah. Um, Let's see. I'm sorry about that, but let's find out what the name of the company is. So Pixar. But sorry, I mean, I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be ready before I come talk to you. So he never stopped. So you see, this is one of his characteristics of not giving up. Yeah. Even when he was kicked out, after he was kicked out from his own company, he went ahead and started another company, not just one, but two. And it was challenging. Like, it took a decade for them to become successful. Like, Pixar was going out of business. He was even considering to sell it. You imagine that? But to his rescue, Disney came in, and they produced the movies, the Toy Story, and the likes, and then they generated income. I mean, it was an immense amount of money that they received from those animated movies using computers. So this disrupted the technology space so much, and that is why I'm you're attracted to these kind of people, even if you cannot talk to them. So the other reason as to why you should read the book, you get to know about Steve Jobs. Since you cannot talk to him, I mean, sadly he's not alive, and even if he was, many of us, or we might not have a chance to talk to him, even if he was alive, right? Yeah, let's be honest. Or well, we can, but it's highly unlikely, because getting to sit down to someone like that, it's not that easy. Yeah, it's not like just pressing a button and then you do it. No. So it gives you an it gives you a detailed overview of his life. And then yeah, the reason as to why I started reading these books about the most influential people, I think I'm gonna land myself on the Elon Musk book, is because you cannot really talk to them. I mean, as of right now, I cannot access them. But if there are books written about them, then why not? Why should I just grab it and see what that guy? I mean, what are they about? How are they built? How do they think? How was the childhood like? Were they normal people like everyone else? Did they go through what people experience daily? Because they're powerful creatures on the face of the earth, right? Yeah. So, anyways, it also explores his personality, leadership style, as I told you, and the impact on the and his impact on revolutionizing the tech world. Yeah. And also, you know, he had a tumultuous relationship with his colleagues and an abrasive management style. So it portrays, though, you see, it has done him justice because it portrays Steve Jobs as a genius and a visionary. But also, it doesn't shy away from highlighting the challenges he faced and the criticisms he received. So it's a good read. It's a good book. You should get your hands on it. However, it is essential to keep in mind that the book is not an authorized biography, and some critics argue that it may be biased in its portrayal of Jobs. But this book was written in 2005. Obviously, there are other biographies about Steve Jobs, so you should get your hands on the authorized ones. I'll be telling you about that. I'll go do my research and then tell you the authorized biography, yeah, so that you can get your hands on that. Anyways, for now, I'm gonna let you guys have a good time and go find yourself this masterpiece right here, and let's also know how Steve Jobs was like and everything about his life. Remember to subscribe, like, and share widely.